Joe, if I can start with you. What are your goals in your second year in Chicago, understanding that you have a lot of expectations on your shoulders with this team trying to take that next step forward?
Mm. Beaucoup de choses, beaucoup de choses. Je suis content parce que c'est ma deuxième saison. Maintenant, je connais un peu mes partenaires. Je pense que cette année sera meilleure individuellement et collectivement. Personnellement, je veux faire plus de statistiques, être meilleur, et collectivement, être mieux pour pouvoir atteindre les playoffs et pourquoi pas aller chercher une victoire.
Many things. I have many goals. I'm very happy to be here in my second season. It helps because now I know the league better and I know my teammates better. And I think it's going to be a better year, both individually and collectively as a group. On a personal level, I want to have more statistics this season, add more to the group. And on a collective level, I think that we want to go further along in playoffs and have a victory at the end.
Tico Fernández, LMD Media Group. Esta pregunta es para Jonathan Bamba. ¿Cómo estás? Gusto de verte.
Muy bien, muy bien.
¿Cómo llegas anímicamente en esta temporada 2026 en el terreno de juego y lo que te espera en un futuro?
Exactement. Estoy muy bien, porque fui con mi familia durante las vacaciones. Pienso que es importante para la cabeza. Entonces vuelvo ahora para estar mejor para mí y para el equipo. Y pienso que esta temporada será mejor porque después de 12 meses de vacaciones, pienso que mi cuerpo está mejor que la temporada pasada. Entonces será mejor para el equipo y espero que el equipo será mejor.
Do you want translation on that? No, sorry. That's okay. How do you arrive this season? How do you feel both on the field and off the field? I feel very good because I was with my family during the vacations. It's very important to be able to clear your head during that time. I think that now I'm better this year, and I think that's better for me and for my team because my body feels so much better. And then this year, after having 2 months of vacations, I feel so much better. So that's going to help the team a lot, and I think that everything is going to go just and be much more improved this season.
Thank you. Now, Jim.
Hey guys, Jim Alexander, Real Talker. Chris, good to see you. First of all, how are you feeling? How's the health? And then second of all, you obviously practiced with the team last year, but being away a season from game action, what sort of expectations are you putting on yourself in a sense to just ease back into it? Or are you ready to sort of go full swing with this? So sort of what's your mentality with the on-pitch game action?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, it's great to be back, and you're out for a whole year, so it gives you a lot of perspective and time to think about things. So from that standpoint, I think first and foremost, I'm just grateful to be back out there because I think that there was a time when there was a question mark behind that, whether or not I'd be able to get back to the highest level that I knew that I could reach. So, you know, I think for myself in terms of expectations, I'm just trying to contribute to the team as much as I can, trying to be good energy, bring positivity to the guys, be good on the field when I get time to contribute and do my job. But ultimately, just trying to get back out there, I think in any capacity is a win for me. And of course, yes, I want to do good, and we'll see where I can build off of at least starting and getting into a few match minutes. But, you know, nonetheless, I think just being back out there with the team is good for me.
For Andrew, Liz Jimenez from LA 107.9 FM. Last year was a very good year. Now it's a new year, a new season. What will be the main challenge now that this is the second year with coach Greg Berhalter?
Yeah, I think, just to build off of last year, I think, if you look at last year, one of the biggest things was getting back into the playoffs again. It had been a long time since the club had been there. So we were able to do that. But now, we feel like our group's good enough to be higher up in the table and compete for trophies. So that's our goal going into the season. Win as many games as we can, put ourselves in a great position going into playoffs, and then trying to go for the cup.
Oh, sorry, Alex first, because I called him and then.
Thank you. Alex Campbell from CHGO. Chris, thinking about your time away, as players, I'm sure you guys have all had the experience of you get an injury, something physical, and it takes time when you return to trust that part of your body again for it to be fully healthy. And I'm curious, for the journey you've been on and coming back to the field this year, how do you think your experience is similar to that kind of experience when you're coming back from a physical injury versus how has it been different of an experience for you going back out in the field, given, the journey of, diagnosis and, resting up and treatment and everything to where you are right now?
Yeah, I think that in more ways it's dissimilar than anything that I've ever experienced, and probably a lot of guys, just because there's not necessarily a clear path back to the field and the progress and just the steps that you are to take. Like if you had an ACL injury, for example, I had a hip surgery not too long ago. So there's a process to that you can kind of work through. There's a timeline. And just with the uncertainty of everything with last year and such a diagnosis that's so rare, I guess, for young, healthy, professional athletes, definitely a challenge in a lot of ways. But at the same time, I think I've never felt so liberated, just at least mentally, in terms of the perspective that I'm bringing to the field now. I don't feel like I'm putting nearly as much pressure on myself as I used to. And for better or for worse, I think that that's going to bring out my best play, hopefully, and just help me continue to contribute to the team, help the group, and push for, making my career and all of our careers more memorable. Because if there's anything I learned, it's that you can't take any of these moments for granted. And I think that if we can continue to push in that direction all together, we can hopefully make this year one that we can all remember for good reasons.
Sí, para Chris en español. No sabía que sabía hablar español. ¿Qué piensas de las nuevas adiciones al equipo? Ya tuvieron 2 partidos. ¿Y cómo piensa que el técnico va a incorporar estas adiciones de la forma que jugaba el plantel anterior?
Sí, creo que hay algunos jugadores que son nuevos y también muchos jugadores que ya están aquí para un año, y creo que este tiempo es importante para todos para construir más relaciones en la cancha. Y también los jugadores que son nuevos, todos son buenos jugadores con técnica, físicamente, la mentalidad, todo es lo que queremos en este grupo. Y pienso que Greg tiene muchas buenas ideas en cómo él quiere juntar todos, y los nuevos, los que son aquí para un año ya. Y creo que por eso con los 2 va a ser un año muy bien.
Yes.
Can you talk about the new additions to the team and how you think Greg is incorporating them into the team this year?
Yeah, I said I think that the team we have a lot of familiar faces, which is a positive thing that we haven't always had in Chicago the past couple of years. There's been a lot of turnover with a lot of guys, but to see so many familiar faces first and foremost is great, because we have a lot of good players and a really strong group. But at the same time, I think some of the new players that we've seen so far, not only is their technical ability good, but mentally they're strong, physically they're strong. And I think that Greg has a lot of good ideas in terms of how he wants to incorporate guys and how he wants us to play. So I think that when you combine those 3 things with the new guys, with the current guys, I think it's going to blend for a really positive year.
Teresa Limon from Chicago Fire, Spanish Radio. This question is for Jonathan. La pregunta es que comparada a la temporada pasada ofensivamente, con estos nuevos, tomando en cuenta los integrantes, ¿qué nos puedes decir sobre la línea ofensiva que vistes en la pretemporada y qué esperan mejorar o cuáles son los puntos que quieren lograr en estos siguientes partidos de pretemporada que van a ser en California?
Como lo digo, pienso que esta temporada será mejor porque conocemos más este año. Esta temporada por el momento tenemos solo 2 nuevos jugadores. Entonces todo el mundo se conoce, ¿cómo se dice? Todo el mundo se conoce. Todo el mundo se conoce. Entonces pienso que es importante para las relaciones y vamos a seguir a trabajar durante la pretemporada para estar mejor y ya está.
Okay, we're going to go to Zoom and Alex Calabrese.
Yes, thank you. Hey everyone, ma question aujourd'hui est pour Jo. Vous avez bien sûr une histoire avec la sélection ivoirienne en votre carrière. Est-ce que vous espérez un retour pour la Coupe du Monde ici en les États-Unis?
Bien sûr, c'est un objectif personnel. Mais pour retourner en sélection, je pense qu'il faut faire de bonnes performances avec mon équipe. Et je pense que s'il y a de bonnes performances, je pense que ça se passera bien par la suite. Mais forcément, c'est un objectif personnel.
You have a history with the Ivoirian national team. Do you expect a return perhaps this year for the World Cup? Yes, that's a personal goal of mine. But in order to be able to return, I have to do a good job with my team here. So if I do well here with my team, then yes, that's a personal goal of mine, and hopefully I will be able to do that. But of course, that's out of my control. It's not. There's nothing more that I can do other than focus here.
Any other questions in the room? Joe Chats.
Gotta bother Andrew now. Andrew, last year you're coming off multiple injuries that derailed 2024 for you, and then 2025 is a really successful season for you. How was this off season for you coming into it with such successes behind you as opposed to 2024 where it was so frustrating for you?
Yeah, it was, I tried to treat it as the same as any off season, take a little bit of time away from it. Relax, spend time with the people you love, and then, try to get back into it. I think this offseason, maybe I didn't push as hard as I did the previous offseason just because I had such a big load this year. But my goal is the same, is to try to be better than the previous year. So that's what I'm striving for this year, and hopefully I can do it again.